The company retreat overbooked us into one room. My work rival sighed, "One room. Let's just get through this." The morning I arrived at the mountain resort for our company's annual retreat, I thought the biggest challenge would be surviving 3 days of team-building activities with the one person who seemed determined to outshine me at every opportunity. I had no idea that a simple booking mistake would force me to confront years of resentment, painful assumptions, and a truth that would change not only my career but the way I looked at people forever. Sometimes the greatest turning points in life begin with the smallest inconveniences, and sometimes the people we believe are standing in our way are quietly carrying burdens we never stop to notice. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, forgiveness, and second chances, please like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to Wisdom Story House for more emotional stories that remind us of the power of compassion. My name is Rowan Mercer, and for nearly 4 years I had worked at a growing environmental consulting firm. I loved my job because every project helped communities protect forests, rivers, and wildlife. Yet despite loving the work, every weekday felt like a competition because of one colleague, Maris Elwood. She was brilliant, organized, confident, and always seemed to finish every assignment before anyone else. Whenever our manager praised her, I quietly wondered what I had done wrong. Every promotion, every award, every successful presentation felt like another reminder that I would always come second. When our company announced a 3-day retreat at a lakeside resort, everyone looked forward to a chance to relax. I secretly hoped it would also give me an opportunity to prove myself outside the office. The drive into the mountains was breathtaking. Sunlight spilled across pine-covered hills, wildflowers lined the roads, and the clear blue sky promised perfect weather. It felt like the kind of place where people left stress behind. Unfortunately, stress seemed to follow me everywhere. At the reception desk, confusion spread across the lobby. The resort had accidentally overbooked several rooms after a computer error. Employees waited while staff searched for solutions. Eventually, the manager apologized and explained that one final room remained available. It would have to be shared by 2 employees until another room became available the following day. When our names were called together, neither of us looked pleased. Maris simply took a deep breath, picked up her suitcase, and calmly suggested that we make the best of an unfortunate situation because neither of us had caused the mistake. Her calm reaction surprised me. I had expected an argument, but instead she focused on solving the problem. The room itself was simple, clean, and overlooked the sparkling lake. Large windows filled the space with warm daylight, making the mountains look almost unreal. We immediately divided the room into separate spaces, agreed on respectful boundaries, and spent most of the afternoon preparing for the retreat activities. There was no awkwardness beyond the silence created by years of misunderstanding. Throughout the first day, teams competed in outdoor challenges that required cooperation instead of individual achievement. Crossing rope bridges, solving puzzles, and navigating woodland trails forced coworkers to depend on each other. Ironically, Maris consistently encouraged quieter employees to speak up while giving others credit for their ideas. Watching her interact with everyone challenged the image I had created in my mind. Later that afternoon, one activity required partners to complete an obstacle course while blindfolded, relying only on verbal guidance. By chance, Maris and I became partners. Every instruction she gave was patient and precise. Instead of trying to win quickly, she focused on making sure I felt confident with every step. We finished neither first nor last, but for the first time I realized she genuinely wanted both of us to succeed. That evening, while reviewing presentation notes in the room, I accidentally noticed a worn notebook resting beside her laptop. Before I looked away, I caught sight of handwritten hospital appointment reminders and medication schedules. Embarrassed that I had seen them, I apologized immediately. Maris quietly explained that she traveled every weekend to care for her father, who had been recovering from a serious illness for nearly 2 years. She often worked late into the night after returning home because she refused to let her family responsibilities affect her professional performance. Her honesty caught me completely off guard. I had spent years believing she viewed work as a competition, yet she had been carrying responsibilities far heavier than deadlines or presentations. She admitted that appearing confident was simply her way of protecting herself from worry. Every achievement represented security for her family rather than personal pride. That conversation changed everything. For the first time, we stopped talking like rivals and started talking like two ordinary people trying their best to balance work, family, disappointment, and hope. We discovered we had entered the company for similar reasons and admired many of the same mentors. We even laughed at misunderstandings that had quietly grown into years of unnecessary distance. The final day of the retreat brought one last challenge. Each team had to present an innovative environmental project using ideas gathered during the retreat. Instead of competing for attention, Maris encouraged me to present our main proposal because she believed I explained complex ideas more clearly than anyone else. Her confidence in me erased years of self-doubt. Standing before senior leadership, I delivered the presentation with a calmness I had never experienced before. Our project earned the highest evaluation of the retreat, but the real victory had nothing to do with certificates or recognition. I had learned that comparison had blinded me to another person's humanity. I had mistaken quiet determination for arrogance and confidence for pride. The walls I believed someone else had built had actually been built inside my own heart. A few months later, our manager announced the formation of a new leadership team. Instead of selecting only one project lead, the company appointed both of us to co-lead an important initiative because of the collaboration we had demonstrated during the retreat. Together we built a workplace culture where new employees were encouraged instead of intimidated, where ideas mattered more than egos, and where success was measured by what the entire team achieved rather than by individual applause. If this story touched your heart and reminded you that every person is fighting a battle we may never see, please like this video, share it with someone who believes in second chances, and subscribe to Wisdom Story House for more inspiring stories filled with hope and compassion. Special request: before you leave, please comment, kindness changes everything. We'd love to know where you're watching from and whether you've ever discovered that someone you misunderstood became one of your greatest supporters. Looking back, I no longer remembered the booking mistake as an inconvenience. I remembered it as the unexpected beginning of respect, friendship, and a lesson that transformed my life forever. Sometimes the road to understanding begins with circumstances we never wanted, and sometimes the people we call rivals are simply future friends waiting for us to see them with open hearts. That retreat ended after 3 sunny days in the mountains, but its greatest gift has stayed with me ever since. Never judge someone's heart by the story you've written about them before giving them the chance to tell their own.